So this is around the part where we left off last time. So my headless groom here is trying to prepare our wedding, apparently. I still don't know what's going on since I'm a terrified bride, but we'll see how this goes forward. Let's see. I can't blame Elias for wanting to rush after decades of waiting, but Taylor mutters something indiscernible under his breath. I feel the same though. It might be in more trouble than I expected. But I've only just been left at the altar, my dear. A long time for you has been only a sunset for me. I ask that you graciously let us seek a compromise. Elias tilts his head once more and his eyes locked with mine.
But your heart... I can hear its soft, gentle tears fall upon your soul.
Oh, Elias.
I promise you, my dearest, that a heart does not heal easily. No matter how many tales of tragedy and hardship one may read, reality is much more painful. Why, my own heart has been broken more than a dozen times over the course of my life. And alas, it has never once healed, only turned to an aching scar. And I have tried my damnedest to ignore these wounds, to let them bleed out and coagulate into some semblance of strength. But it left me sickly instead. If a heart is to be mended, surgery must be immediate.
I don't think you're certified for that, sir. I don't even know if you can hurt us. Oh, he takes my hands into his cold, ethereal grasp.
And here before you is someone who can mend your broken heart. Someone who can cherish you, stay with you, create happiness for you.
Smooth lines, mister.
I never had that chance in my own mortal life. And after so long, my dearest, I want you to choose happiness, not sorrow.
I would, but you're dead, so I gotta create my happiness somewhere else, buddy. I can't be marrying a ghost now.
And I want to be the one to give you that happiness.
I'm sure you do. Maybe we should just be friends. I'm flattered. Something in his words rings truer in my heart than I could have expected. All I'm doing is playing along, acting my part. But if I had actually been left at the altar, would I...
Whatever you do, do not trust him. At all.
Taylor's words snapped me from my thought.
But also, don't do anything to upset him. Play it as cool as possible.
Yeah. Of course. That's what I was gonna do anyways. I don't want to be stuck in here forever.
Elias gave you a very thin rope to walk. Don't fall down. Do you understand?
Yeah, he's giving me that very insane psychopath stare too. It's very handsome, but that stare is not making me feel comfortable. Oh, okay, I got this. I can walk a tightrope, at least to fake it. I'm gonna need a backup rope in the bottom. Maybe so I can tie it and pretend? I don't know. Why not show me what else there is to Elias Gallagher? Let me indulge in my groom before I marry my husband. I'm not notice I said husband. I didn't mean you, buddy.
Yes, we shall do that. But I cannot wait forever either. The taste of eternity I've already supped upon is nigh unbearable. Join your groom in helping him plan our wedding.
That actually sounds pretty fun. I want to plan a wedding. That would be really fun. I could plan the dress and everything. I already got an 80s wedding horror party. Do you like Halloween, Gallagher? Was Halloween around during Victorian times? I think it would fit very nicely into the theme, to be honest here. Taylor once more grumbled something inaudible. And what does my dear groom need help with? All right, groom. Elias gave a thoughtful pause.
Now let me think. I'd love your assistance with the floral arrangements. I have all the flowers of New England in my hands. It shall be difficult to select only a few.
The flowers of New England. So that includes rosy, teacup roses. There's a lot of... I don't know if there's like a couple different variations of roses too. And they have like buttercups and all that stuff. To prove his claim, he presents me in open palms to me and a smorgasbord of tiny sample flowers to spout and bloom for my perusal. Oh, that's so many. You'll have to narrow it down for me, else I should never choose. And surely you want me to be selective.
Of course. And after that, a cake. I know my grandmother's recipes are still in this house, and I should set off on finding them.
Oh, his grandmother's recipes. He's such a cute boy. Aww. I would marry you in real life, Elias.
Them all when I was still in the flesh, and they're delightful. As such, I leave the choice of cake to you.
Oh, look at him. He's just drooling. I'd certainly do that.
Finally, since you'll be marrying into my distinguished family, I'm eager to bestow upon you a gift suitable of that prestige. I shall lead you to my treasury and introduce you to the family jewels.
I didn't think you still had family jewels, sir. I thought they were taken from you when you died. Hint, hint. Taylor sniggers, and I couldn't help it. I laughed too, but I tried to mask it tastefully. Ah, delightful. So shall I pick the jewelry I wear for you?
Precisely.
You very well, and with that, I believe we have reached the agreeable compromise.
Then let us begin. Take my hand, and I'll lead you to the greenhouse.
Elias's hand isn't nearly as cold as earlier, but my fingers phase through his just slightly all the same. It's enough to simulate a gesture of holding hands at least. Satisfied with the arrangement, he leads me out of the study and back to the halls. As we walk, I re-examine my surroundings. It really is hard to believe just how much a glow up this place got.
Hey, partner. How are we holding up?
Splendid. I've always wanted to hold hands with the man I love. Elias casts me a sideways glance and blushes. I don't have to tell him. I don't have the heart to tell him I don't really mean it. Ah, oh, poor baby. He's been waiting 200 years for you. Or more. I don't know how long in Victorian times that is. Fun fact, Victorians used to eat corpses as like a way to be healthy or try to be like immortal or something. It's like a superstition they believe. They believed if they ate like mummified corpses, they would be able to live along forever pretty much. It's a true fact. Look it up. It's pretty cool. So we passed through the foyer on the other end of the manor. 2 hours I was knocked out for, huh? Elias is practically dragging me at this point. This set of hallways is almost identical to the other end, sans glass and double doors around the corner. Elias phases through so he can unlock and hold them open for me.
After you.
I take a step through the doorway, entering a world of flora. It seems the greenhouse still works as intended.
You shuddered a little. Is there a chill, my dear?
Not quite. The opposite. Why, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm surprised at how lovely the greenhouse is. Looks already. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit. I can't even tell what plants are used to grow in these planters. But my bouquet would be here. Elias would likely turn this from depressing to delightful before I could blink. Do you need any help restoring this greenhouse to its former glory?
I did, but no longer. Behold!
I watch as Elias's eager hands dance upon the trellises, and without any more than a simple flourish, dozens of flowers, this time in full size and in bloom, await my perusal.
Voila! My dear, your flowers.
My eyes and nose are drawn to the 3 flowers in particular, none of which should be growing on a trellis, an act of defiance. Paranormal willpower, or simply Elias forgetting his botany? A classic red rose. It seems to be different and variant than the ones I brought with me inside the manor, though not a climbing rose. A dazzling orange zinnia. The color reminds me of a soda I bring to the clubroom, although that's probably the least poetic thing to think about right now. And finally, a cute bunch of lyre flowers, vibrant and pink amongst the other blooms. I've always enjoyed their cheerful presence whenever I pass them by.
And there's more. Much more if these don't delight you.
No, I think one of these shall Elias both.
And which will that be, my dear?
What does a lyre flower look like? Lyre flower. I know what a rose looks like. And, you know, it's a bit, I don't know if I want to pick a rose. That's so boring, you know? For a bouquet. Oh, lyre flowers. So they look like, they're not as cute as I thought they would be. They're cute when they're pink, but they look like roses with like, how should I describe this? They look like, they look like little paddles that are heart-shaped. They look like heart-shaped paddles. Like the roses look like long heart-shaped paddles. And they all hang from a stem. And I don't know. I don't really like them. A zinnia? I don't really like orange for like a wedding arrangement flower, but you know, they might be cute little flowers, you know? Oh, zinnia. I've seen these. I actually have these in my backyard. So they look kind of like daisies, but they look like daisies, honestly. But they have like multiple different layers of petals. So they're really stacked up layers. They look like almost like a little tutu with different colors and arrangements. I mean, I don't know if I would like this for my wedding flower, but I could see it being like a nice little arranged wedding bouquet. I think I'm gonna go with the rose. Unfortunately, that's really the only option I'm looking at right now. I don't like the lyre flowers. I'm sure they look amazing in a bouquet, but in my head, I don't really feel like this is a great option. So I'll go with the rose. It's in the title screen. It's all over the palette. It's all over this mansion, so it just makes sense. All right, Boro, you get the rose. Roses are always a classic choice. Rose means love, yes? That's a boring choice.
Red on a rose means true love, undying love, eternal love.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if this is what we got here, but I'll work with you. You're cute, so sounds about right. Taylor's had me flick through a few books on flower language over the years, hoping we could lure out some ghosts with the right blooms, but I could never keep the meanings straight in my head. Maybe Elias is a type. Red roses were easy. Would he know more? Yes, I think that's a perfect choice for us then. Do we have a vase?
Of course.
With a flick of his wrist and a pile of dust on the other side of the room collapses, and his grasp he holds a perfectly clean, nearly translucent glass rose. Our vase?
Acceptable?
Oh, much more than acceptable. And something to cut the flowers? Oh, and gloves to handle the thorns?
Of course.
He provides me with the tools and I set to work. Do I need to trim the stems before putting them in the vase? I think there was a trick to removing the thorns, but if I knew it, it's long gone.
Careful. Simply go slowly, and the rose will happily let its guard drop.
Oh, okay, go slowly. I guide the knife he provided slowly up the stem, as parallel as possible, and when the blade hit the thorn, it cuts through like butter.
There you are. See? Not a thing to be afraid of. Not a moment that needs to be rushed.
This whole day has been a rush, hasn't it? Sure, in the sense of I've literally met a ghost after years of trying, but also the pressure. Weddings are so hard. I've had less than 48 hours to prepare for my own wedding, even if it was fake. All of a sudden, research, all the desperate planning, not even a breath in between. Yeah, buddy, give me some time. My hand slows to a crawl, and I savor the moment, pruning each thorn one by one, and they fall into the greenhouse floor, decorating the tile and the reddish-green points. Eventually, there was no more thorns to prune. I add another rose to the vase, hoping it looks okay, and then another. Splendid. Oh.
Now, did you have thoughts on accoutrements? Accent flowers, that is.
Oh right. This is just a half dozen roses, not a full bouquet. I hadn't thought about it. If Elias was into flowers, would you suggest some for us?
My pleasure and my honor. First, some baby's breath.
Fake the flower language. If you get it right, he'll be happy. If you get it wrong, he'll have the joy of correcting you.
Baby's breath. That's something about youth, right?
In this bouquet, more a symbol of innocence and purity.
I hope he doesn't get weird about purity, because I definitely do not meet Victorian standards.
They work stunningly when used sparingly. One may expect that their small size must be bolstered by great numbers, but that's simply not true.
I try to take his advice. The little white flowers slip between the roses, resting like some snowflakes in a suspended mid-fall. Elias could make the roses bloom in winter, couldn't he? I think about what an odd wedding that would be, but hands continue to guide mine, raising the baby's breath up in a smidge.
Do you see how that little bit of elevation gives the whole bouquet a sense of dynamism? Personality.
How much is a smidge? Here?
Here.
He reaches out to hand his flowers through the stems, through the petals, and through my fingers, lifting my hand along with the flowers ever so gently.
Just like that.
And would we like more flowers in this bouquet?
Yes, I think so. What would you say to lemon balm?
I'd ask how closely related they are to lemons.
There's Taylor with the snark again, of course.
Only some leaves, green and small. Perfect for filling in the gaps and adding a rich aroma.
Do they mean something about sweetness? Probably best not to ask about sourness.
Sympathy and compassion. Though speaking of sweetness, these leaves do make a nice tea.
Perhaps you could brew us a few cups when we're done here.
Oh, what an excellent idea. Yes, I think we shall have that lemon balm tea.
All right, let's save some for the kettle. I tuck some of the leaves around the edge of the vase, and following Elias' suggestions with the baby's breath, I make sure to raise some up too. I try to keep it beneath the more exciting flowers, but every now and then I make sure a few of the little buds of baby's breath barely peek out of the bottoms of the lemon bulb. Elias watches me with a polite smile, the same one I've seen so many times now. But his eyes are brighter, giving him away again. This time, he's trying to downplay his joy. Well, you're staring directly at me with a creepy gaze, so I'd suggest bring down the joy a little bit. Would you like some help? Would you like to help arrange?
I would love to.
And Elias returns his hand to the vase, carefully making sure that what he adds complements what I've composed. Even though I've never done this before, even though I've never looked so closely at his bouquet, I can tell what I've touched and what he's touched. And honestly, altogether it looks pretty good.
Lovely.
Thank you.
I think one last flower. And you should choose, my dear.
Oh, I like flower arranging. He shows me two different flowers, one flat, delicate yellow petals and another thin, wispy strands of purple. I don't recognize either. If it's my choice, then I choose to savor it, to roll with the flowers around my head and let them delight me. Why not? I don't have to understand their meanings to find them beautiful. The yellow ones.
The yarrow. Excellent.
The yarrow. What's a yarrow? Is that a yarrow flower? Is it a flower? Let me look at that up. Yarrow? Oh, the yarrow. I recognize these. Yeah, you see them around Texas a lot. They're like these, they look like tiny mini clusters of flowers. Honestly, if it wasn't for like the little mini flowers at the tip, you'd confuse them for weeds. They don't look cute. They look cute only while they're blooming. They're not really, or when they're together with other flowers. I don't think they're a standalone flower that you would want, but they are very cute to accent. Yarrows. Little yellow yarrows. I admit that I'm unfamiliar with these.
A symbol of everlasting love.
Everlasting love. Alright. Again? I choose everlasting love twice. Double eternity. Like a double jeopardy? I don't know. I tried not to think about it. They're only flowers after all. Elias and I returned our hands to the bouquet, adding the final touches.
The flowers look absolutely gorgeous, my dear. But still nowhere near as lovely as you.
Thank you, Elias. I can feel my heart hammering in my chest. They're just plants, innocent little flowers. Flowers with too many meanings and too many promises.
Is something the matter, dearest? You look a bit pale.
I must admit, I'm a bit tired. Would it be alright for me to rest a little before we continue preparing for the ceremony?
Of course. You mustn't exert yourself too much. Please feel free to choose any room on the ground floor. Though, you'll have to excuse the state of disarray it may be in.
Thank you, my love.
And do not worry about the mess here. I shall clean up and rejoin you after I check something in the study.
Elias bows as I turn to leave the greenhouse. My steps feel heavy as I return to the hallway. I wasn't expecting floral arrangements to be that intense.
Hey, are you doing all right now?
I'll live.
Might be time to see what you can get up to before your rendezvous with Elias.
It's been a couple of hours now. I don't know what kind of phone this lady has. But it's been lasting. Even the headset. Well, there are headsets that can last 8+ hours, so that could work. But the phone, if it's an iPhone, I know it wouldn't last this long. I could barely get through an hour without it dying. I nodded my head as if Taylor could somehow see me through the earpiece. Back to where it all began. The dust isn't so thick now, and while it doesn't look all too fabulous compared to the rest of the palace, it looks a little uninviting. A little less uninviting. Hey, you remember that painting I mentioned before in the foyer?
On the second floor. Yep. What about it?
I think I can make out a few details better now. Maybe even get a pic of it? I test my foot in the first step and angle my camera up to snap a photo of the frame. When the deed is done, I text it to Taylor. Here you go. If I had to hazard a guess, and this style of painting would be Impressionism. It was all the rage back in the late 19th century, so it fit the timeline. Know anything about the subject?
It's probably a portrait of one of the Gallagher ladies. What better way to flaunt wealth and status than by paying someone to preserve your likeness with expensive materials?
I zoom in on the photo and I took the study details. I assume Taylor's doing the same. Those earrings and that necklace. And the size of the ring too, damn. That's too rich for my blood.
Probably the precious family jewels Elias was telling you about.
Taylor snickers, and I rolled my eyes with a groan.
Anyways, I'll look into this and see if I can get an exact match for who it might be. Keep hunting around?
Roger that. I pick one of the many doors in the foyer and swing it open, wincing a little about how badly it needs to be oiled. Elias wasn't kidding when he said some of the rooms would be in disarray. It definitely doesn't look nice as the study. I think this is a living room, or a lounge. There's couches at least. The patterns have worn off them, and the material is torn open in a few places. I run my hand over the back of the love seat.
Anything interesting there?
Aside from some couches, the rocking chair and a mountain deer head, a painting of a building, and a grandfather clock. Oh, and a bookshelf. Elias hasn't worked his magic here, so it's a bit, decrepit? I'll investigate everything else before I take a look at the books. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that anyways. Alright. I'll look at the clock? I inspect the face of the grandfather clock, frowning when I notice the hands are missing. I know analog clocks are a thing of the past, but I really like the aesthetics of a ticking clock. There's just something about them that's so cool.
You think so? I feel like they're too inaccurate. If a gear stops turning or the battery dies out, then you have to manually set it again. Digital clocks hook up to the internet so they don't have that problem.
Taylor, you're missing the point. It's about aesthetics. Another impressionist painting. This time at a building's facade. It doesn't seem to be a manor though, so I wonder if the painting has any significance. Do you know if there was any secret passageways in the mansion?
I wouldn't doubt it since the Gallaghers had this place built just for them, but I wouldn't know where they are. They're secret for a reason.
Ah, gee, it stinks. What about the deer head? I walk over to the mounted deer head and peer into his soulless, long dead eyes. Taxidermy always freaked me out as a kid, and it never changed as I got older. Gallagher men really liked to hunt for sports, didn't they?
All of them but Elias.
Oh, all of them but Elias, huh? Maybe that had something to do with the curse.
I promise
Oh no!
you, my own
Did
heart.
it?
I promise you, my dearest, that a heart does not heal
Shoot,
easily.
I was trying to save, not load. Which one's the last save? Alright, this one's the last save. Okay, so I'll skip that.
All of them but Elias.
Oh, he couldn't. My interactions with him, he probably couldn't even hurt a fly. I don't really see the point of killing animals for fun. At least eat the venison, you know? I'm actually surprised. I don't see any rifles mounted on the walls for decoration.
How big are the antlers on that deer anyway?
Really small. Nothing to write home about.
Did you know that in the winter, deer, moose, and other mammals who grow antlers will just shake them clean off? Maybe they shot that deer in the spring when it was regrowing them.
Huh. Thanks for the fun trivia. Alright, so I'm gonna skip this part. Inspect the training. Okay, finish looking. And then I'm gonna save again. Save. Hey Taylor, I've looked through everything else aside from this shelf, so I'm gonna check out the books. Any ideas on where to start?
Tell me what you're looking at.
I scanned the spines for the titles. There's an encyclopedia series, a dictionary, a thesaurus, Bible hymns, an assortment of Shakespeare plays. I pull out the old tome of Romeo and Juliet and flip through the yellowed pages. Or at least try to. The corners of the pages disintegrate in my fingers. Oh.
Ha ha! Bingo! I finally got a match on that painting from earlier.
Oh yeah? Who is it? I slide the book in my hand back to the shelf before hazarding a seat on one of the couches. Moments later, Taylor texts me an old black and white photo.
Check it out. That's Mama Gallagher herself. Mildred loved to host tea parties and dances at the manor. Always made a grand show of the family bling while she was at it.
Sounds like a good way to get yourself killed and robbed. I don't blame her. She's very beautiful.
She was the envy of the land until that Gallagher curse killed her.
Yeah. Greed.
Anyways, that's one mystery solved. Think there's anything else in here?
I stand up and check the shelf again. Oh, there's a children's picture book here about clowns?
Don't open that!
Okay, nerd. There's nothing else that really calls out to me, so I'm going to go to the next room over. I pause momentarily. Over?
Roger that.
I slip back out into the foyer and stare down at the other doors. A map of this place would really help right now. Well, here we go. I push past another door at random and peek my head inside before walking in. It's a modestly sized room with a rectangular wooden table surrounded by chairs, along with a small chandelier in the ceiling. I think this is a dining room, seems suited for eating meals with a large family or guests. At least it's much better condition than the living room.
What else is in there?
A fireplace, a table, chairs, lamps, a fancy-looking cabinet. More books in here, looks like.
Take a look around and tell me if there's anything interesting before you indulge in literature again.
Roger that. How about we look at their fireplace usually has cool stuff in there. I head over to the fireplace and start knocking on the walls. I hope there's a secret passage in here. No matter where I knock, I don't find any sections that feel or sound different.
No dice.
No dice.
Keep at it, bud. Your dream will come true one day.
Let's go with the floor lamps. I could use a little bit more light in here, but the lamps are probably dead, aren't they? Yeah, they're just as dead as Elias. Oh my goodness. I wonder if the collectors would go wild over some of these antique light bulbs.
Of all the things in this mansion, you're thinking of stealing the light bulbs?
What, you want me to walk out here with a table?
Fair enough.
The table's actually pretty nice. I hold one of the lamps in my hand and try to twist the bulb off, but it doesn't budge. Scratch that, I'm not gonna bother.
Hey, want to know another fun fact? Thomas Edison didn't actually invent the light bulb. He bought the patent from two dudes named Henry Woodward and Matthew Evan. Edison was able to claim fame thanks to the fact that he had enough capital to finance improvements to the design.
Ah, well, that's capitalism for you. Whoops. So, the moral of the story is that the rich get richer and the poor stay starving.
My point was that popular history gets written by the winners, but that works too.
How about the table? This is such a nice table. It's got lacquered wood and finish and everything.
Can you stick to the mission, please?
I am. This is antiques. Antiques are beautiful, sir. You do not understand the importance and significance of this aged wood, okay? It's nice. Hey, I'm doing a lot of walking here. Let me sit down for a moment. Taylor huffs in my ear while I plop down the chairs, which happens to be surrounded by cushion. You know, you never really answered my question from before.
Which one?
About the hypothetical ghost clown servant.
No, we are not talking about clowns!
This guy really hates clowns. So what if a ghost clown man made you a blueberry pancakes in a bid to gain your friendship and trust? Oh, is this a crossover Easter egg for Sunny Day Jack? I will tell you right now that the answer is yes, and I love me some clowns that make me pancakes.
I don't even like blueberries, and waffles are superior in every way. They can hold syrup, melted butter, or whatever you top them with, so you lose less to your plate.
But Taylor, I keep telling you that you need to lay your face down in a fresh stack of fluffy pancakes at least once in your life. It's like being hugged by a litter of puppies.
I am not putting food on my face, or my face into food. No, end of conversation. Get back to the mission.
You're not my boss. Finished looking. Well, nothing else to look at but the cabinet now.
Let me know what you find.
I kneel down by the floor and inspect the books on the bottom. There seems to be cookbooks for various European cuisines. Irish, Polish, Dutch, and so forth. No dessert cookbooks here, but maybe they're behind the glass.
Right, Elias wanted to bake a cake for you. Would he even be able to eat it?
Well, he did have a tea set in the study, so maybe it's like food offerings for the departed?
Can you say that again? I think the line's coming out again.
I said... There's static in my earpiece, and I'm suddenly overcome with dizziness. I groan while trying to get up back right, grabbing the back of the chair for balance. Suddenly my vision darkens, and the room spins. My feet can't touch the ground. I'm falling down into a yawning abyss. I open my eyes. Behind me there's a chandelier swinging and a fireplace roars to life, yet I'm freezing, like there's ice slushing through my veins again. It's horrible and I'm scared. This is definitely the same dining room, but everything feels wrong. I grip the chair harder and lift my head. That was a mistake. Encased in the glass of the cabinets is a figure of a woman. She's far away, but she's coming closer and closer and closer, and with a knife in hand and a chasse or a cat, a grin painted across her lips. Dripping with bloodlust, her needle-like gaze makes a pinboard of me. I can't breathe, and I have to get out of here. How do I escape? Oh no, sounds like this is a save. Just gotta save this. In an act of defiance, I spin in the opposite direction and try to make a break for it, but my feet are cemented in place.
Hey, can you hear me? Answer if you can hear me!
Get away from me! My knees give out and I collapse back into the chair. Get that chair and beat her ass!
Were you attacked?
Beat that ghost ass! Not physically.
Static took over the line again, and I heard something garbled from your end. Some kind of whispering or chanting? Was that you?
No, that wasn't me. I swallow deep gasps of air, trying to regain my breath, and Taylor's voice rings in my ear.
Hey, what did you see?
DuPont. Violent DuPont. I spit out the name without thinking. I know whoever saw was a woman, but was it really Violet? No, it was violence. We're gonna turn up.
I'm
Yes.
starting to think there are some other spirits in this mansion besides Elias. Why else would there be interference when he's not even in the room?
Goodness, are you quite all right?
I look up to the sound of Elias's voice.
Why do you look so pale?
Oh, my sweet Elias, I simply... Am I going to tell him that I had a vision of someone, probably the woman he was supposed to marry, charging at me with a knife? Yeah, you get this bitch out of your house, man. You couldn't do it the first time, you gotta do it the second time. You get that gun, you beat her with a ghost gun. Shoot her with ghost bullets. Get some holy water, splash it on her. Get her out of here. She's a bad voodoo. She's a bad juju. She's all that bad stuff. Okay? Get her out. It simply feels as though 1,000 years have passed since I've last saw you, my love, and I began to feel a bit lonely. Taylor groans on the other side while I fake a pacifying grin.
It's been like, what, 20 minutes tops?
Forgive me for leaving you to your own devices for so long, dearest. I am here now, so there is no need to linger in the despair of solitude.
My gratitude, Elias, but surely my pain is nothing compared to your own.
Worry not, my love. For my years in the flesh prepared me for such an existence. I am not forgotten.
It could be my imagination, but I see a flicker of pain in his eyes for a moment, as if he's trying to convince himself of that last bit.
Why, even before you came to me, there would be the occasional visitor to my manor. None quite so welcome, mind you. Most were in a stupefied, intoxicated state.
Oh, so he has seen people in here before.
Good entertainment, but not the company I'd choose to spend the rest of my waking moments with. Unlike you, my love.
Bro, you had plenty of chances to riz up some other chick. She was drunk. You know, you were a ghost. You could explain that. She could have been, you could have married her quick. I don't know. I think like one of those intoxicated people could have been your soulmate, honestly. I'm not very clever. You'll get bored of me. I can't really read that good unless it has pictures in it. I read a lot of comics, I can't read letters.
Man, this guy is just... ugh.
But he's good looking. Well, yeah, he's good looking, even without the legs. I'm trying my hardest not to roll my eyes at Taylor's unnecessary commentary. Let us not linger on such irrelevant matters then. Shall we resume our preparations for the ceremony?
Why, yes, a splendid idea.
Elias moves towards the glass cabinet with a bounce in his float. Swinging the doors open, he starts humming.
Our wedding shall be oh so fine. The layer cake most of all, unforgettable. Nana's baking divine, and when paired with white wine, to not taste it would be quite regrettable. Oh, though I do miss her cream pies as well.
Oh my
Those
god.
are quite appropriate for a wedding.
I think those are very appropriate for the wedding after. Before. I think afterwards would be just as fine to have a cream pie, and the pies are paired well with, I don't know if I'll wine. I usually like to have milk with my pie.
Oh my god! Did he just say cream pie?
Shut up, Taylor. Get your head out of the gutter or I'll make you cry, even though I was thinking the same thing.
She wrote the recipe in a manner such that you could make it in any sort of flavor, so long as you had the proper ingredients. Say, what flavor shall our cake be, my dear?
I don't know. I think chocolate is good, but vanilla's a good, universal liked. If I'm gonna have I don't know. I like vanilla. I like a lot of stuff, okay? Nah, there's so many options to choose from, aren't there? I simply can't decide. What would you suggest, dearest? Elias thumbs the spine of the cookbooks with a little more focus.
I was quite partial to Earl Grey myself, but vanilla is always agreeable no matter the party. Though perhaps a delicate lemon with hints of lavender.
Lemon? I've had key lime pie. Is that similar? Is something the matter, Elias?
I must have misplaced Grandmother's dessert recipes. I can't find them.
Elias lowers his hands from the cabinet and sighs, crestfallen.
Where did I leave them? I know I have seen it within the past decade at least.
Hey, here's our chance to look for more clues somewhere else.
Good thinking, Taylor. Let me save. Taylor makes a good point. Perhaps I can assist you with your search. With 2 sets of eyes, I'm sure we'll find your grandmother's recipes in no time.
I am loath to ask my betrothed to make up for my mistakes, but yes, I would appreciate your help.
Do you have an inkling on an idea where you may have left them?
Unfortunately not. I do know that it must be in the manor, however. None of my possessions have left the grounds.
That sounds a bit ominous. Possessions?
I will
Do you consider me a
investigate
possession?
Take care where you may search, and be cautious of the second floor. I have done my best to stabilize the structure, but it does take quite some energy.
Understood, my love. May we find your grandmother's recipes soon. Elias bows before he takes his leave through the door, and I release a breath I didn't realize I was holding.
Is he finally gone?
Looks like I can try looking around the second floor now. But where should we start?
Well, you never got to hunt around the study since Elias was hanging out in there. But I wonder if you can find his bedroom.
Taylor pauses, and when he speaks again, I can hear the voice waver.
We also have no idea what caused that vision you saw earlier.
Probably the drugs and the tea, I'm assuming, because I'm the one who drank the tea. He doesn't have a physical body. And I'm pretty sure he put a little bit more than lemongrass in that tea, if you know what I mean, you know? Because I know I'm perfectly sane. I know I stalk my exes sometimes, but I'm otherwise a perfectly sane person who occasionally goes out and tries to find husbands in abandoned mansions. But that's beside the point. I am perfectly sane, okay? Sane as sane can be, so it was probably hallucinogens that he put in the tea. Should I return to the study and search for Elias' bedroom, or should I stay here in the dining room where I saw that vision? I can only be at one place at one time. You know what? That vision wasn't very pleasant. I wouldn't suggest that you would stay in the dining room. That would be a very bad idea. Plus, we already seen everything in the dining room. It's so boring. Let's go to the study. Let's go to the study, or we try to find the bedroom. Decisions. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, da 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 da. Can you choose for me? I feel like I'll go with the study first. Now, I want to revisit the study. You might find something out about the Gallagher family business, or that curse that killed them all.
Not a bad plan. Archibald Gallagher made his office in that study, so he talked business deals there.
I exit the dining room and head towards the study, back where I first found Elias after waking up. Do you have any theories about the curse, by the way, Taylor?
I know about as much as you do. Perhaps one of those shuttered small businesses cast black magic on the family in retaliation for Archibald using them as a stepping stone on his way to the top. Mr. Archibald Gallagher was known to be a rather stern and ruthless businessman.
I guess we'll see if we can find any evidence in the ledgers. Back in the study, a gentle aroma of chamomile tea permeates the room. Everything looks the same as if I was first in here. Alright, looks like it's business as usual.
What does that mean?
The tea set that Elias had set out is here, and there's way too many books to look through. I'm not sure where to start.
Unless he took a nap, he'd have to have been doing something.
I scan the room once more and spotting a few books on the desk. Maybe Elias was looking at those? I'll start at the desk. There's some volumes here that I didn't catch before.
Sounds good.
Static cuts as Taylor off again while a rush of dizziness knocks me into the chair. Not again. A hushed, hurried voices emanate from the darkness. Heavy feet stomp on plush rugs. Tension and anger loom the air. Louder and louder, they're yelling, they're shouting. Which way is up? Which way is down? I don't know if I'm standing, floating, sitting, or lying. I can't feel anything. I'm suffocating, my lungs are bursting, and I want to cry. A tiny ray of light blinds me. I rush towards it in hopes of granting me solace, cupping the hands around it so it doesn't escape. Inside the light is a little motion picture. 2 figures in the study, one taller and older in the chair, the other much more youthful, leaning on a cane held in his right hand. The figure is vaguely familiar, yet I barely recognize him. His skin isn't translucent and blue. It's Elias! Aw, poor baby. He looks so sad. Why do you look so sad, Elias?
Blast it all. Your sister died earlier this spring, and already we have to make arrangements for the next funeral.
Father, if you would let me speak just once.
What is it, Elias? I don't have time for idle chatter from a child like you.
Elias taps his cane on the carpet several times and barely restrained protest, though the man named Archibald Gallagher doesn't notice.
I am not a child anymore. I am already of age, and I'd like to make a single request of you. It will not be too much trouble to you, Father.
And what would that be?
My mirror has been in need of repair for the longest time. If you could have someone restore it.
What mirror?
Grandmother's mirror. The one that used to be in the attic. It shattered. But I still have all the pieces.
Archibald turns towards his son in disgust.
You still have that trash in your room, and you dare ask me to repair it after you broke it?
Elias' knuckles turn white as on his left fist while he's trying to keep as much of his neutral face as he can.
It wasn't me, it was...
I have no time for your childish sentimentality, Elias. That mirror is worth nothing, and I have much more pressing matters to attend to.
Damn, he had a mean-ass dad, but, if you're gonna be rich, that's what it takes.
Now, or I'll have one of the servants remove you.
Damn, the servants? Shoot.
Father, I can walk on my own 2 feet just fine.
If Archibald heard Elias, he certainly didn't care to react. Elias grips his cane tightly before turning towards the door, and in process, our eyes meet. My breath hitches in my throat before I can master the willpower to do anything else. And just like that, the scene disappears with a blink.
Copy! Hey, do you copy?
Taylor! Vision adjusts and suddenly I'm back in the study I walked into. A cold sweat clings to my skin.
Another vision?
Yeah, I'm still not used to these. These things are way worse than the one time Taylor and I tried experimenting with weed and got a bad batch. Yeah, you could get
Give me the
fentanyl on that
status
shit.
report.
Be careful where you get it. I don't support. I signed a dare pact. I am a good girl. I steady my breath and grip the arms of my chair as I sit down. Landed in the chair at least. This time I saw Archibald Gallagher. And be right back. Gonna go to the ladies' room. I drank a whole lot of Pepsi. But if you want to leave a comment, let me know. Or just leave a comment. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. Back to continue the game. I landed in this chair at least, and this time I saw Archibald Gallagher. He was arranging the next family funeral, while Elias wanted him to fix a mirror.
A mirror?
Mirror? It said it belonged to his grandmother. Ah, so his grandmother's recipes, his grandmother's mirror. I think he was a grandma's boy, and if we want to escape this mansion, or if I want to escape this mansion, we have to find something related to the mirror, I guess.
I'll see what I can find out about it. Was there anything else?
One of the other things I saw was Elias using a cane, and his dad said something about having servants to remove him, like he was an object.
What the actual fuck?
I don't know. Archibald said as if Elias couldn't leave the study room on his own. Like he had zero autonomy. And of course Elias was really upset. Fuck, I'm upset about it.
Take your time to catch your breath. Let me know when you're ready.
I close my eyes and take another deep breath. These flashbacks or memories or whatever these are extremely tiring, but assuming they're all from Elias's life. I shudder a little. I can't believe he had to go through all that. I almost want to cry for him, but I don't know if I have enough time to do that right now. I need to focus. I bring the chair up to the desk and immediately start rifling through the books. There's a series of large notebooks filled with sheets upon sheets of information, aged yellow from the passing of time. I think I found the old Gallagher business ledgers, journals detailing where the assets are as well. I flip through more pages, more books. There's bank names, but no clue as to where the jewels might be.
So close, yet so far.
I reach to the end of the final notebook and stare stunned at the last leaf. Unlike the other pages written in neat and black ink, red scrawl screams at me. The hell?
What's wrong?
The last page of the ledger says, "Those without fortune cling to what they can." And it's written in red ink like someone was desperate.
Wow, that's ominous and not helpful at all. What does it even mean?
Elias was probably the only one who knows. I shift through the ledgers once more. After a sigh, I put the books away.
Nothing else?
Only hastily scribbled locations. I think I'd better get back. I quickly put everything away where I found it and then stand up from the desk. After scanning the study one last time, I head back out into the hallway. And just as I'm a few paces from the study, I see Elias turn the corner with a giant grin on his face.
Good news, my dear. I have recovered the recipe.
All right. As he jumps, I jump as he floats closer, quickly trying to regain my composure. Elias, completely oblivious to my panic, continues giving me a reassuring smile.
It's all right, my dear. Now then, have you decided on a flavor?
Choose funfetti! Choose funfetti!
I don't want funfetti, Taylor. Shut up. Ignoring Taylor, I choose... I like vanilla, but he wants lemon and lavender. Let's make him happy. I don't mind lemon and lavender. I want vanilla, though. Alright, fine. Lemon and lavender it is, honey.
An excellent choice. You have the most wonderful taste, my dear.
Yeah, I know.
Please, let me handle the remainder. If you wish to rest, please. I encourage you to do so.
Thank you, Elias. I'll take you up on this offer. Elias bows before floating off into some other part of the manor, leaving me alone again. Okay, he's gone.
Hey, bud, you sound really exhausted. You should find some place to sit down and rest.
Yeah, give me a minute, okay? I look around the hallway. It really doesn't help that these doors look the same. Shrugging, I pick up a random door and try the knob. To my surprise, it turns. Guess I'll go in here. I'm not entirely sure what I was expecting, but it's a bathroom?
Is it at least clean?
Dusty, but not moldy. So I guess I can sit on the porcelain throne. I sweep my gown to the side and close the lid before taking a seat. Okay.
So how are you feeling? You've been through a lot, and that's the understatement of the century.
I'm physically okay, more mentally exhausted, really. We've gotten so much evidence to sort through.
Maybe we should go over everything we've learned so far.
I don't know how much time I have, but might as well try.
Assume you have a little, so talk as fast as you can.
Okay, so Elias has been nothing but a complete gentleman to me. Shame about the rest of the house, but his heart seems like it's on the right path.
If you say so.
He's quite impressive at making bouquets. Maybe I am too. Should we take this back to the campus?
Take what? Ghostly flower arrangements?
I mean, that's nice. Yeah, someone's gotta be interested. And there's no flower club at the university. It's an avenue, at least.
There has to be more that you found. Please?
Just teasing. Of course there's more. The sighting of the violet in the dining room was a lot. Like a lot.
I know, and I didn't even see it.
I think in that brief moment, I hated her.
Whoa.
Why shouldn't I? She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be haunting Elias. She's the true danger. And truth be told, I don't know if her spirits are actually here at all. She might be simply a figment of Elias's memories.
So Elias is the true danger then?
No, that's not what I said.
You're starting to worry me.
Then there's what just happened now. The vision I had while looking at Archibald's ledger was really intense. God, I felt so frustrated and he wasn't even talking to me.
I still haven't found anything online about whatever mirror Elias was talking about. Did he mention how big it was? Like, are we talking a hand mirror or a standing mirror?
I don't think he brought it up. All he said was it belonged to his, grandmother?
Do you think it's a red herring? Though, breaking a mirror is pretty bad luck.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Maybe it's the source of the curse.
And Elias still has the pieces of that mirror. We can get to the bottom of this whole ordeal.
That would definitely be something we can boast about. Solving a centuries-old curse. I'm just not sure you should tackle that tonight. Honestly, and I mean it this time, I want you to leave.
Ooh.
There's something very wrong going on. Nothing we read said anything like this would happen.
Taylor, calm down. I know this isn't what we were expecting, but what we were expecting. Exactly. Be honest, do you think this would actually pan out? 3 years of failure and now we're finally here. We finally got what we wanted. And we planned so much. Hell, fantasized so much. What would we do when we finally met a restless spirit? We try our best to soothe them, to help them move on, to bring them happiness they've lost, to finish their unfinished business. Now that we have the opportunity, shouldn't we do what we said we'd do all along? Maybe we can help him move on.
Please, we don't know what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve. I don't want you to fall for anything he might be up to.
I won't, I promise. Am I even sure Elias is up to anything beyond trying to wed me? And will breaking Elias' heart any further really be better than going through with all this? The next thing to do is to pick out some jewelry, and then we'll be ready to go. The wedding will probably be at dawn, maybe just before. I don't know for sure. Do you want me to stay? And a little beep echoes in my ear. Ugh.
Bud?
I check my phone, and that beep means exactly what I think it means. My phone battery is almost dead. Hey, it lasted longer than my phones ever do. Crap, my phone is dying.
What?
Out of juice.
You didn't bring a portable charger?
Yeah, that's what I was assuming she did in the first place. That would have been very smart. Why would I? Honestly, I didn't think I'd be here that long. And I didn't have much time to plan.
I'm coming in.
Wait, what are you...
I'm not leaving you alone in there with no contact. I'm responsible for that much. Stall for time. I'll see you soon. Over and out.
Oh no, this sounds like he's gonna get murdered. I feel sorry for you. Bro, stay out of there. I can handle this. I think I can handle this. I can just, I could walk casually out the gates. I'm sure he won't mind. There's not gonna be any dogs coming after me. I hope. The pounding of my heart intensifies like a symphony reaching a crescendo. And like an aria bursting from a melody, a voice triumphantly calls to me.
My dear, can you come to the living room?
I have no choice but to oblige. As I step through the corridors, each creak of my footfalls is as thunderous as a waterfall. My phone vibrates one last time, and the final warning before it's embracing its inevitable death. I arrive to the door and enter my living room, where Elias waits. At this point, there's no hiding in my stress. I'm not that good of an actor, and Elias would see right through me. Actually, we could lie to him and say that we're expecting our best man. Yeah, we need a best man or a priest. You know, we can work with this. We just gotta lie our butt off. Still, I do my best to compose myself and step into the living room. Elias is waiting for me, just as he said he would be. Aw, you're so sweet. You're such a sweetie.
Oh, my dear, you look paler than me.
Oh, thank you. It's the inevitable death and mold in this building. Yeah, I probably do.
What on earth happened?
I lost contact with someone very important just now. Have you ever been contacted by a spirit medium? That's like what I've been doing, but the contact's been cut short.
You've been talking with someone else?
I have, for my own safety. When I came to this manor today, I didn't know what to expect.
I thought you expected me. Wait,
hold on. What do you mean? I expected you? First of all, sir, we were pretending we didn't know each other, and you know, are you saying this implies that you know that my backstory is fake, and you're just willfully going along with it, and then I'm starting to feel like a mouse in a trap, a cat's paws right now, and I'm being toyed with, but that's okay. That's okay, Elias. We'll work through this as a couple together. Me and you separated like that head from your shoulders. I'm gonna go my way, you go yours, and we'll have a great night. I had hoped for you, Elias, but until I came here, how could I know it was true? Perhaps I'd arrived to an empty estate moments before it collapsed, but without anyone to greet me. Just another false rumor about a haunted mansion. Or maybe you wouldn't be as friendly and courteous as all the whispers implied. Maybe you wouldn't be the one that lingering in this mansion at all. Or so many other possibilities. How many ghosts have you met in your lifetime, Elias?
A fair question. Well, I have faint memories of catching specters out of the corner of my eye. Unexplained disturbances and whatnot. But I have not conferred with any ghosts like the two of us have chatted. Certainly not in life.
Exactly, so you understand my mortal caution. Elias pouts. My friend, my medium, was the one who was guiding me through this manor safely.
And did you just meet this friend today, or?
I've known him for a very long time. He was the one who told me about this manor in the first place. Listen, Elias, I've met 0 ghosts until you, but not for the lack of trying. Both myself and Taylor, my friend, have spent a better part of the past 3 years searching for the paranormal. And that's what led me to you. I don't know if I would be here if I hadn't spent that time looking for so long.
Marvelous. My dear, how wonderful it is that you finally found me.
I think you're completely ignoring the situation here. I'm just looking for you ghosties. I'm not really looking to get married, you know. At least not yet. You know, you got a lot going for you. I mean, this mansion is nice, but it's gonna need a lot of repairs. You can't really we can't really make kids together, I don't think. And frankly, you're quite dead. So I'll give it 100 or so years, and I'm sure we could date in my afterlife.
Though, would you have sought the hand of any other ghosts you may have met?
Aw, he's so adorable. Only if there was as cute as you. A guilty sigh emanates from my lips, permeating the air. They were willing to court me, I wouldn't automatically say no. Yeah, I agree, girl. Like, if he was a hot ghost like he is right there, I wouldn't say no. But imagine, based on what I've read, that none of the ghosts I would otherwise might run into around here would be interested in such things.
And as for your friend, how exactly has he served as a medium?
Well, these earpieces is my method of communication discreetly. I take a bit of plastic out of my ear and hold it out for Elias to observe. Whether he has any knowledge of such modern things or not, I have no clue. But sadly, it stopped working and needs to be charged. I don't think you'll be able to help me here either.
So, to contact him again, you'd have to leave?
Actually, he's coming here. Now that the link between us is broken, he's not going to let me out of his sight.
Oh, is that so?
Elias? Blushing? This is suspicious, sir. I don't like this. Are you planning something? He's not suddenly getting jealous of Taylor, is he?
Well, he's heard about the wedding, yes? Our wedding?
Yes.
Well, I suppose a wedding without guests isn't much of a wedding.
That is true.
Everything is just about in order for the ceremony anyway. And I hope your friend realizes how safe you are with me by now. He can wait outside for a little while we finish our preparations. Shall we go ahead and place the final touches on this affair?
Don't make it sound dirty. We shall, my dear. He offers me his arm and I take it. I have no idea what's about to happen. Can Taylor even get inside? Will he spill the beans about my facade? Will I be able to escape before I marry a ghost? Do I want to escape?
Now then, shall we? It is time to show you my precious family jewels.
I, on behalf of Taylor, shall snicker at that. You showed me two already, but there's like one on each corner too. Like there's like, I think these are what are the purple ones called? Amethysts. I think these are polished amethysts. We have an emerald right here and a ruby. Jewels are the prettiest anyways. I don't like diamonds. Oh, there is a diamond. There's a diamond heart on the top. Elias and I make our way up the staircase, and I softly grip his ethereal arm. I watch as his free hand grips the dark mahogany railing. The stairs creak a little too loud, leaning closer to Elias. My hold on him tightens.
Do not fret, my dear. These stairs are safe as long as you stay by my side.
I give him an uncertain smile, trying not to remember the state of the decrepit stairs when I entered the mansion. They now look elegant, lined with soft, gold-trimmed carpeting.
Careful now.
Elias places his hand on top of mine as we walk down the hallway. He wears a faint, complacent smile. Is it tiring? Making the mansion. I pause, not sure how I should phrase the question. Not all of it is exactly hospitable.
You mean making it look like a ghost of its former glory?
Oh, did he just make a pun? That's so cute. He chuckles at his little pun, but with a gentle pat on my hand, he sighs.
Admittedly, yes. It's quite tiring. But if it makes you comfortable, then I shall keep doing it. It also brings back many memories.
The smile on his face drips into a wistfulness. For a moment, it almost looks sad. I regret bringing it up. My grip on his arm loosens, and I give him a smile back. I think you've done an excellent job, Elias. With everything.
I appreciate your kind words, my dear.
He leads me to the door and then opens it. Inside is a bedroom similar to the one I woke in. Elegant and ornate, if not a bit barren.
Just a moment, my dear.
He lets go of my arm, making his way to the vanity. Instead of reaching for one of the drawers, he presses his hand against the wall, causing the vanity to lower and revealed a hidden compartment. Oh, I knew this mansion had at least one secret passage. Elias shifts through the drawers inside the compartment, eventually pulling out an unassuming dark wooden box. He slowly opens it, revealing a ring, a necklace, and a pair of earrings. I love earrings. I don't know about the ring. I can wear the ring and I can wear the earrings and the ring. I think with my neck, honey, my necklaces, depending on the type, look a little bit too collarbone, like a dog collar on me. I don't really like necklaces. I got a thick neck. But you know, if it's a nice little necklace, a little bit longer, then I can accept that. Yeah, I want to override my say. I like rubies, emeralds, amethysts. I like jewels. I don't like diamonds. Diamonds are nice, but, you know, they're not colorful. I like colors. You know what? I'll go with the rubies. It'll match the blood on your neck. And the roses I'm gonna have. So red it is. Red is the color. My eyes light up with wonder as the jewelry sparkles, even without any light shining on it. The ring is a gold blend with a large diamond in the center, a beautiful classic for a reason. Just the sheer size of the diamond alone catches the eye. Meanwhile, the necklace is a string of pearls. He's gonna give me a pearl necklace. Ha! What a beautiful guy. Meanwhile, the necklace is... Okay, so what? I missed something, so I wasn't paying attention. So the ring is a gold band with a large diamond in the center, a beautiful classic for a reason. Okay, so we have a diamond ring. And the necklace is a string of pearls with a ruby amulet on it. And so very dazzling to gaze upon. It's like looking at the very definition of opulence. Very nice, very nice. And lastly, the earrings are a pair of Victorian love knot at the base with an opal center and a yellow tinted green sapphire at the bottom. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds really nice. I like those earrings and the necklace, please. Actually, no, the earrings and the ring. I'm surprised I said ring. I don't usually like rings. Victorian. Let me see how that looks. Victorian. Love knot. Love knot. Victorian love knot. Ring. So the Victorian love knot ring, from my Google search, it looks like a coiled snake, pretty much. I'm not crazy about its design, to be honest. The gold is nice, but it's not really my first choice for a ring. Secondly, all right, well, I guess...
Do not hesitate, dear.
Choose whatever your heart desires. Okay. They're all so gorgeous, I can't possibly choose. Nevertheless, I reach out, gravitating towards the... I don't like the ring. Wait, hold on. How is the history? Okay, so we have a choice. The ring is a gold band with a large diamond. The classic for a reason. So we have the classic ring, a large diamond ring. We have a necklace with a string of pearls, a ruby amulet. I did say I wanted a ruby because I wanted to match his bloody neck, you know? And lastly, their earrings are a pair with a Victorian love knot at the base with the opal centerpiece and a yellow tint. I'm gonna go with the necklace or the ring. Necklace. The necklace is heavy in my hands as I gently pick it up. Boy, I bet I could pay all my student loans and then some with this thing. I study it closer. It looks almost familiar.
Do you like it?
I do, but I think I've seen this before. Maybe from an old picture? Elias tilts his head.
It was one of my mother's favorite pieces in this collection. It's also the most expensive.
Oh. Good, I picked right. I'll grant you your wish, buddy, and then I'll pay off my student loans with this baby. As he says this, it suddenly becomes even more heavy in my hands.
Here, allow me.
Elias takes the necklace and moves behind me. Could you tell me more about yourself, Elias? I'm curious to know how much I can... I'm curious to know as much as I can about my groom.
Of course.
His hands are cold against my skin as he slides the jewelry around my neck. He clasps it shut, hands lingering for a moment on my skin. He gives a tired sigh before speaking, a hint of melancholy lingering on his lips.
I must confess that I was born quite sickly, and my birth came with so many complications that it nearly killed my mother. Even after that ordeal, there was nothing the doctors could do to help my weak constitution. I suppose that's why my father and siblings treated me the way they did. I was seen as a nuisance, a problem. I don't entirely blame them.
I'm sorry.
It's far away and in the past now, so enough about that.
Elias moves back around to look at me, a cold and ghostly hand trailing along my cheek. The sadness from his voice has all but disappeared.
Marvelous. The necklace fits you perfectly.
I angle my head to get a clear view of it in the mirror. It's certainly gorgeous, but I know I can get more information out of Elias if I play my cards right. I'm certain this necklace must bestow infinite beauty upon its wearer. Surely you've seen others don it before.
As I mentioned, this was my mother's favorite piece. It graced her neck quite frequently.
And of your previous bride-to-be, did she not wear this as well?
My previous...
Oh, girl. I don't know why you would mention his ex. He's planning a wedding with you, honey. Ugh, that's the worst topic to bring up. At least not at first, we just met each other. But you don't, hey, what about your ex that killed you, you know? You could have worded that a little bit more better. A little bit. Like, honey, I am so jealous and I love you so much. Or, I don't know. She just straight up just... Yeah, so about your ex-bride, she wore this, or do I have to buy another one so I don't have to, Yeah, it's whatever. A smile from his lips and his eyes are so... The smile from his lips and eyes go hazy. I brace myself for another vision. I feel bad. I know it's unpleasant for Elias as much as it is for me, but he's okay. But he's a key witness to the mystery of the manor, his whole life and death, as a matter of fact. The silence stretches on for what feels like forever. Elias's face is completely blank, devoid of any emotion. Elias, dearest, I meant no offense. Elias grips my shoulders, his fingers racing to my skin, causing a shiver.
Her name was Violet DuPont, the sister of our groundskeeper. We never wed because she betrayed me the day before our wedding.
Girl, you couldn't even wait after.
I suppose she and Gerard were desperate. I should have been on my guard when they continued to ask me about the location of the family jewels day after day. I thought the necklace, the grandest piece in the collection, would have been enough to hold her interest. I had promised to share the rest of them with her after our consummation. But before I could even cry out for help, Gerard held me down while Violet...
Violated you. Violated your neck. Your pure, beautiful neck. You poor, sickly Victorian child. Thin neck. Your thin, twinkie neck. I put my hand over Elias's in an attempt to show him that I don't need to hear anything else. Forgive me, Elias. We don't need to speak of her anymore. Elias's grip on my shoulder eases, and he gives me a sad smile.
No, you needn't apologize whatsoever. There's no need for me to reminisce, and you shouldn't have to compare yourself to her.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be compared to your murderer. At least that's what I like to say. And I want to stop, but I need to know the straight truth from the horse's mouth. So tell me about the things that brought joy to your life. You have a very fine eye for beauty, Elias. I'm sure there's other items you held precious and dear.
You've seen the greenhouse already, so you can imagine its splendor in full bloom. I quite liked reading on the bench there when my energy permitted. It was quite difficult to visit in a consistent manner, however, so I often had flowers brought up so that I could enjoy the fragrant floral bouquets in the comfort of my room.
Elias leaves my side momentarily to grab an ornate box from vanity.
Aside from the flowers, there was also a family heirloom that belonged to my grandmother. It was an antique silver mirror.
Oh, the mirror. It's the mirror.
A very charming one at that. At least.
I lean forward as he opens the box and peer into its contents.
That was before it shattered.
Aw. Don't worry, I got some hot glue and some tape. Should fix it right up. Elias does still have the mirror pieces.
I liked it quite a lot, and ended up taking it out of the attic in my early childhood. I used to look into it and imagine myself as some sort of fair prince. It was innocent daydreaming, but alas, my 6 older siblings would often mock my love of the mirror. And with such a weak constitution and gentle demeanor, there was little I could do. When 6 people who aren't very fond of you get physical, well, you can imagine what might happen. The mirror was shattered, and I was the one blamed.
Aw, poor baby. He gently closes the box and pauses.
Grandmother didn't seem to mind that it broke, but I cried for days. Maybe it was sentimentality, guilt, or fear. But whatever the case, I simply could not let it go. I forbade any of the maids or butlers to toss out the shards. The mirror was meant to be a wedding gift, and I was determined to have it fixed one day.
It seems like that day never came.
Yes, it was one of my greatest regrets when I died, silly as it sounds.
Oh, that's a key word, greatest regrets. I could help you fix that. I don't think it's silly at all. That mirror was important to you, and you've held it on all this time. I think that's admirable. Not to mention, that mirror could very likely be the source of the Gallagher's curse. But does Elias know that?
Thank you for understanding, my dear.
The melancholy atmosphere in the room fades as he smiles warmly at me.
I am quite eager for our union. I think it'll be something glorious. I've always wanted a grand wedding, and to think I'll be marrying someone as lovely as you.
Aw, you're just saying that. Well, you're too kind, Elias.
Come, follow me outside. I have much to show you.
We exit the bedroom together and go down the stairs one last time, my new accessory adding weight to my every step.
Soon we shall be wed, my darling, and we'll have all of eternity together. Are you excited?
Elias sure seems to be. I don't know how to answer that, whether I should be sincere and tell him the truth or continue the charade. I spent the whole night here, but I have more questions than I have answers, and so many loose ends and no way to tie them. And yet, I'm about to tie the knot with a man I barely know while I have no idea if the other one will reach me in time. I'm screwed.
My love, what's on your mind?
Nothing. I mean, I really am a bad actor in the end. With everything that's happened, I was about to happen, I must be feeling the entire range of human emotion right now. My beloved, nervous, excited, so full of dread. We return to the foyer where this whole night began. Elias glides along the floor while I do my best to keep up with him, trying not to arouse suspicion. He places his hands on the door behind the steps and then turns to me.
Are you ready, my love? I have worked tirelessly to prepare the old ballroom for our ceremony, and while we may not have any guests, I do hope that you will be pleased.
My voice is hoarse, so the words get lost in my throat. All I can do is smile and nod.
Excellent. Then without further ado...
The doors in the ballroom open wide and Elias bids me through. I walk down the tattered red carpet, through the dim, cavernous room towards the center where the extravagant dishes, 8 bottles of wine and crystal glasses, silver cutlery, and finally, our bouquet awaits us. No one is watching, and yet with each step I take, I hear the echoes of whispers, murmurs. I hear the echoes of whispers, murmurs, cheers, and sobs when my foot hits lips from the floor. Are these memories of previous wedding Elias has attended, now recreated for his own? I wonder who will officiate. Elias must have some memory of a minister ready as well. I turn my head back and peer at the door, waiting for my groom. As he floats in, the noise grows more rancious, and the lights in the bloom into a pale blue glow. My gaze is fixed on Elias. An eternity passes in a single second as he reaches the altar, beaming with endless pride. It's time. The crowd hushes down into a murmur before coalescing into a single echoing voice.
Welcome all, family and friends. Thank you all for coming today to partake in this joyous occasion.
I'm
Today
finally
we are
getting
gathered
married.
together to unite Elias Gallagher with his beloved.
I still can't take my eyes off my groom.
Long has he suffered, and now long shall he be overflowing with joy. Let the memories of betrayal, of murder, of waiting be washed away like leaves in a flood. Love has triumphed.
Oh God, if this is what Elias is thinking.
Do you, Elias Gallagher, take this person to be your lawfully wedded spouse, to live together in matrimony, to love them, comfort them, honor and keep them, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold, from this day forward, now and for all time?
I do.
Wait, Elias, I have something to tell you.
Do you, my dear,
Elias,
take
you don't
Elias
understand.
Gallagher to be your
I'm not
lawfully
good
wedded
enough for you.
to live
I had-
together in matrimony,
I had
to
external
love him,
affairs
comfort him,
before
honor
marrying
and
you.
keep him,
Ugh,
in sickness and in health, in sorrow and
I
in
don't
joy,
think this is a good
to
idea.
have and to hold. This
But I'm nearly 30, and my mother's pushing me to get married. And even if he's dead, he's something, you know? God damn it, Taylor. Shut up. Go away. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed.
Who?
Oh, shoot. The slamming of ancient doors against the wall drowned memories of the ballroom, and illusions disappear without a trace.
Who?
Taylor? Aside from the angry echoing of footsteps, there's only me, Elias, and a very, very sweaty Taylor in this otherwise empty sanctuary. I have never been so happy to smell his attempts to mask the scent of sweat with the overpowering cheap cologne.
That's right. This has to stop. You should have told Elias the truth ages ago.
I'm not a virgin?
I should have told you the truth ages ago.
Okay.
My dear, is this the spirit medium you were talking to?
Yes, he is. He's a spirit of something. His name is Taylor. Taylor Potts, and...
Taylor, why do you interrupt our ceremony? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Bro, he can kill you. Run away. Elias' eyes flash with frustration.
Oh, have I got some words for you, Gallagher?
Taylor gestures wildly about the empty floor and tables.
All of this is for nothing! This was a dumb attempt to find a ghost, and now I've put my best friend in extreme danger.
Aw, don't say that. Poor baby. You're gonna hurt his heart
I didn't believe
twice.
anyone was here. In my heart, I didn't believe it either. I was desperate.
Oh, Taylor.
But we did our homework and read that you were obsessed with romance. The idea of it, at least.
Oh no, he's gonna have trauma. Bro, he has PTSD. You shouldn't do it like this. We're two people.
Went shopping for fancy clothes to trick you into appearing.
Well, actually, we didn't go shopping for fancy clothes. We went to the thrift store and I found a fancy dress that looked wedding-ish enough, okay? Taylor, Taylor, you're gonna get us killed. Go away. You're gonna get me killed. I just say yes to the wedding. The ghost is happy, and then I walk out with the family jewels in my hand or my neck in place. I don't know.
So stop all of this. We're too young for marriage. We're both just college students, for goodness sake. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
I don't know about you, bro. Like, I'm nearly 30, but sure. I'm ready to get married, honestly. Taylor's arms drop to his side as he takes in a shaky breath.
Elias, you should be mad at me. I set them up to do all this. But I should have been the one here, not you.
I look between both men standing in front of me. Oh no, poor baby. He's disappearing. His heart is broken. I feel so bad. Taylor is out of breath while Elias can't find the words.
I think we should let OHSIC disband. We need to go home. It's over.
What? But... Taylor, don't make decisions for me.
My dear is right. They have been perfectly able to choose what they like. I provided plenty of opportunities and...
Yeah, and they were playing you.
Taylor's previous fervor gets a second wind at the sound of Elias's voice, then he puffs out his chest. All right.
Our goal was to prove you exist. Now we have, and I regret it.
Oh, he looks so devastated. I feel so bad. Taylor.
Besides, do you even realize what rushing into marriage does to people? What if it turns out that you two don't even like each other, or can't even stand being in the same room tomorrow?
Actually, that's very true, man. I can't read I don't like, well, actually, not liking leaving the house would probably be positive in this case, but I do like to go to McDonald's. And I like to go out sometimes. Not every time. It's like a once in a full moon. But I do like to go out. You know, being stuck in a mansion for the rest of my death doesn't seem like a good idea. I do want children, something you can't provide. I want to go to vacation in a nice tropical area. I don't think a little sickly Victorian child likes tropics very much. Might be bad for your cough. And I love you, kid. Like, I mean, you're dead, but not much we can do with that now. You can't go out, get a passport and run with me, right? So, all in all, I'm very bad pairing for you. I'm sure there's a lot of lovely ladies out there who would like to, but I don't think this marriage would last long, even if I do say yes, because you're a very lovely man.
I don't know about you, Elias. There's only so many tabloids that we can salvage all the way back from like 100 years ago. But have you ever had to watch your parents fight with each other behind closed doors?
Speaking from experience, Taylor, actually, yeah, I agree. It's terrible to hear that. Elias cocks a brow in confusion. All I can do is stand there and listen, trembling like a chihuahua.
Rushed, unhappy marriages lead to divorce. Maybe your parents got along fine. Maybe they didn't. But if this was a regular wedding between you and Bud, you'd be waving a red flag for the whole state to see.
Or a redneck, pretty much.
Mom and Dad tried so hard to pretend things were okay when I was growing up. But I wasn't stupid. I saw the exhaustion on their faces. I heard what they said to each other. No one deserves that.
That's true, Taylor. You're watching my back. You're a good friend. I'm sorry, Taylor. I didn't...
Besides, after all this...
Taylor, don't say anything right now. If you're going to say what I think you're going to say, I think you keep it to yourself. This ghost is not mentally stable after 100+ years of whatever he's been doing and locked up in his house.
I'm jealous.
Oh, God, he's dead already, bro. Don't get killed.
Oh, all this time.
Wait, jealous of who?
Me, I assume. There's a rival suitor vying for your affection.
I don't think that was a good idea to, you almost had him with the divorce bit you had going on, but, yeah, now we can't even angle my escape because of your stupid confession, which I appreciate, by the way. Very lovely of you to bring that up while we're almost gonna get married. But this is also a very dangerous situation for both, and I don't feel like dying to whatever this guy's gonna do to me. All right, well, let's continue.
It's true. I think you're great, and I really, really like you.
Oh, you're so sweet, Taylor, but can't you see this is not the place and time?
I've wanted to tell you that for some time. Since about the day we met, to be honest.
Hell, Taylor, I must really be in love with you because I went by myself into an abandoned mansion just to make you happy. So I think you were my original crush, but you know, there's a sexy, Casper-esque ghost guy here, so you gotta love him, right?
But you were such a good friend, a kind friend who supported me in everything I did. But you were such a good... I was scared to lose that. I was scared to make everything too big.
I don't mind too big, honey. Mm-hmm.
But I guess I found a different way to make everything too big tonight, huh?
Yeah, you did.
What a charming and sad story, Taylor.
Much to my surprise, Elias's voice drips with empathy. His words are genuine. Elias, you're...
How could I not be moved?
Oh my goodness. Did it work? Can I escape?
My dear, I need you to tell me the truth.
Okay. I'm gonna save so I can maybe see the different endings a bit later. I'm gonna save this right here.
What did you come here for?
I came here to help Taylor find a ghost. Our ghost hunting group was in danger of closing, and we decided to investigate this place. I knew people broke into this place pretty often, and no one ever actually claimed to see any ghosts, so we decided to do what we could to make you appear. Nothing I told you about the previous wedding was true. I wasn't left at the altar, and I was never even at the altar. I'm just an ordinary university student trying to help a friend.
I see.
Oh no, he's disappearing. I broke his heart. He's gonna go to the afterlife with unfulfilled dreams. I'm such a monster. I'm such a monster. Oh my goodness. There it is. The truth is out. I suppose it had to happen sometime. If Elias could sink into the center of the earth, he probably would. The only thing keeping him afloat is some sense of decorum.
But not all of this was a lie, was it?
Yeah, no, you're
Your
very
demeanor
cute.
changed as we spent time together. You got to know me. You learned about the real me. And I think your heart opened.
Yes, it did. You're a very cute and smart guy, and I'd marry you in an instant if you were still alive. But...
Oh no, come on, don't do this. I get that you're lonely, but you're completely missing the point here.
Yes, he is, but you underestimate my thirstiness, Mr. Taylor. I like ghost boys, and I like monster boys too, so he's both. And, you know, it's got a little spice to it, but, you know, I can't stay in this forever, bro, and he has to understand that. I'm gonna tell him the truth that I do like him, because that's the truth, but I don't know if I do that, if it's gonna end well. And I don't want to break his little heart. I mean, I've been playing him this whole time, and I feel so bad about it. It's decisions, right?
Taylor, please. Where we go from here is up to them to decide.
All right. Well, in that case, let me save. I have to save 1 billion times. The lights are flickering and the world is collapsing and nothing makes sense anymore. I don't know what to do. I should have never come here after all. This whole thing was a mistake. Both Elias and Taylor look away from me.
So that is it then? It simply ends with nothing?
A tear accumulates from the corner of his eye before rolling down his cheek. Oh, I'm such a monster. Not nothing.
Let's just go and forget this happened.
What was that?
That came from above us!
Oh no.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Oh no. This isn't good.
Run!
Oh no. My feet are frozen. I can't move at all. With Elias with so much distress, he can't focus his energy on maintaining the building anymore. We crushed his hopes and dreams. Decades of waiting, all for an empty lie. Shoot. I'm the worst monster out of all this. I do deserve to die. God, how could you play with this poor guy's heart? I feel Taylor tackle me in an attempt to escape, but it's too late. My head should be spinning. I imagine I've been out for hours, but I feel fine. Like nothing's happened. Cautiously, I move my hand out into the darkness and find nothing. Even though I should find something. Oh no. I hold my hands up to my face in the darkness, and I can see right through them. It's like they aren't even there to begin with.
Someone help me!
Oh no. Taylor's panicked voice rings out in the gloom. Taylor, are you?
Something's wrong! I can't feel my limbs!
Taylor, I think... Did you get caught by the rubble too?
Yeah, but... Oh shit! Fuck!
Yeah, I think we're dead.
It's true. Sorry that the mansion couldn't hold you. I did warn you about that rickety second floor. A few times, in fact.
Elias floats between us, an indiscernible look in his eye. He almost seems happy. Did you plan this, sir? Did you plan this? Now you got a best friend and a wife, I guess, or I don't know if I'm going to spend forever here. I'm going to go to the afterlife and check out my family, all right? You guys can do whatever you want together and start like a boys love manga, but I got stuff to do. I can't be hanging around centuries with no internet, no McDonald's, and no puppies either, you know? Can't even get nothing. Well, maybe there's a cat that'll wander in.
It has been close to a century since the estate has seen proper maintenance. Who do you think ensured that the facade and the outer gardens kept well and proper? You entered at your own risk.
You sound so smug about it too, you little bastard.
And now, I think we'll all be together for some time.
I don't think you understand how bad of an idea that is.
I cannot tell you how excited I am to have some company at long last. In fact, I didn't expect your souls to stay in this world. But I suppose that you two have some lingering regrets anchoring you to this place, same as me.
Whoa, hang on.
Did you actually? No. Did he murder us with the building? Because he has he has complete control on how much he of course the rest of the building could have collapsed, right? But he could have put like a little barrier to prevent collapsing on us. He has that power, right? He murdered us.
Whoa, hang on.
Elias, we never meant to.
Leave if you want to try, but don't expect to get very far. I strongly suggest that we all learn to like each other very quickly, instead of letting this situation fester.
I'm gonna reincarnate, okay? You guys have fun. Is there no hope for us?
I never said that. Personally, I was never able to leave the mansion even after my death, much to my own chagrin. So I doubt you will have much more success. But I welcome you to your new life. Or should I say death? Enjoy it for what it is.
Taylor and I exchange glances and look back at our new host. I can't tell if Elias has lost it or if he's making more sense now than ever. Great. I am a ghost. Several months later. It's taken some time, but I finally managed to get my soul to climb high enough to return to the bedroom. I didn't think moving it would be so hard. Elias makes it look so easy. Taylor still hasn't quite figured it out. Maybe it's despair. Maybe it's Elias helping me more than him.
I thought you might return here.
Oh, Elias.
It's a nice little bedroom, isn't it? If you want to lie down, go ahead.
Okay.
No reason not to relax, even if there's a den.
Bro, there's no internet here. This sucks.
While you rest, I'll go talk to Taylor.
Alright, have fun.
I think it's high time things changed around here.
I don't know what kind of weird polyamorous relationship you're thinking up in your head, but I'm not about it. I need to reincarnate fast, and I better reincarnate in a world where there's a otomegame full of monster boys and butlers and I'm the princess and whatever. Changed how?
For the better, I hope. Wait here.
With his signature bow, Elias is gone. I take up his offer and lie my soul down on the bed. It's as soft as I remember, and I can't accept but fall into deep, long sleep.
Wake up, dear.
Yeah, come on.
I open my eyes and stretch my limbs and look towards my morning greeters. This looks sus. Should I still be streaming this? I don't want to get banned. This is a bit sus, but I'm gonna play it. And if it's against community rules, I might just skip this part, and you're gonna have to buy the game for yourself to check it out. Taylor and Elias float nearby, and hand in hand.
So, we decided to start dating.
God
We'd like you to join
darn
us.
it. Wait, really? I couldn't help but wonder what kind of conversation or how many conversations they'd had when I was out. You know what? I'm dead. There is nothing else I can do in 100 years, so I guess.
We both have feelings for you, and maybe you still have feelings for the two of us. What do you say? Want to try it out?
Yes. How about it? We can repair the ballroom if the three of us work together. And we can spend the rest of eternity dancing in each other's arms.
This is not my idea of a good idea of an afterlife. There's no internet, and I can't dance forever, Bruno. I gotta figure out how to reincarnate. Boy. Well, I guess. This is not what I was waiting for. Sure, what the heck. After all, if death hasn't done his part, nothing will. I do. Ending D. Forever. Oh, so there are multiple endings. Well, you guys, that was Gallagher Mansion. So, I got into a polyamorous undead relationship with my booze. So, I suggest you buy the game and, enjoy your own playthrough, see what endings you get, and hopefully you find something you like in the game. I like the art style personally, and I really like this author and the publisher, and they make really good games so far that I've seen, and I love otome games, so I definitely 100% recommend you get some of their other games. I think the other game is Sunny Day Jack, and yeah, I think Sunny Day Jack and a couple other ones. I have to look that up. But yeah, definitely just take your time, and I hope you guys have a good night. I might play one more game tonight. I'm not sure how I'm feeling, but I might have it in me, or I might just play a couple playthroughs on my own for now and see what other endings there are. But I really enjoy you guys being here. Hope you guys have a great night, and see you later, maybe on my next playthrough.